Hi there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time stopping by, you know what to do. If snacks is your go-to thing and something you like to see, do keep on watching. I'm going to be showing you guys how to make your meat pies today. So first on my list is to make my fillings. You want to make your fillings on time and let it cool down before you start doing the dough. So first on my list is salted butter, 500 grams of that, lean ground beef, and two Irish potatoes and some baby carrots. You can use the regular size carrots. This is what I had at home and easy to reach. So you can use your shredder for this for the carrots, but I don't have time. I used my food processor. I just set the amount of carrots that I want in and it's blended up. See, not too smooth because you want it to be crunchy as possible. So that's done. Set that aside. Take out your Irish potatoes. Make sure to peel it out and just start dicing. I dice it like so into a cube like size. Not going to be visible in the meat pies. Next for me is to get my ground beef and just put it on a frying pan with a little bit of oil, and you want to make sure it thaws out and then just mash that up and put my seasoning. I put my salt, oregano, Italian seasoning powder, garlic salt, no seasoning powder, complete seasoning, all types of seasoning, you guys. Korean thyme, yes, I put everything in there. I like all my seasonings complete. So I'm going to do that and make sure that everything simmers in. You want to make sure that your meat pie filling is not red. So you want to make sure your meat cooks all the way. Very compulsory, you guys. You want to make sure that it cooks all the way, stir, turn. And when you feel like it's almost done, you add your cubed potatoes in there, and then you just turn and turn, and then you want to make sure that that cooks as well. So next for me is to add my carrots, my diced carrots. I just put all of that in, no special way or anything, just put that in. So I add some water in there because you want it to be, you don't want it to be too thick. You want it to be moist. So I add my water, just like you're cooking, basically. I added some more oil because it was too dry. And then you add your water. Like I said, you want it to cook all the way. Your potatoes, your carrots, super cooked. So you set that aside and then you move on to step 2. Once that is done, make sure your meat pie filling is done. So next on my agenda is to take out the dough recipe. I have 6.25 cups of flour, 3 eggs, 500 grams of butter, 2 spoons of sugar, and a tablespoon of baking powder. Everything is listed in the previous post, and I'm going to leave that in my description box as well. I'm trying to make this video as short as possible for you guys. So usually I would mix the flour. Usually I'll mix the dry ingredients together first, and then you start mixing with your butter and then your eggs. You can do this dry ingredients first and butter, and then later add in your eggs and milk if you choose. But sometimes I go by the books and do everything right, but some other times I don't feel like. So today is one of those days. And next for me is to add my butter. So I added 2 sticks of butter, cold, very cold, and I mashed that up. And then I went to microwave 2 sticks of butter as well. You want to make sure that that's for me though. I like to make sure that it is soft. That way I don't have to spend so much time working the flour and butter because it's not easy, you guys. So I tried to like set my butter in the microwave for like 30 seconds or 20 seconds just to make it soft and easy to just mash up. So next thing for me is to work this dough. Ooh, this is the work, guys. This is the hardest part. The part that nobody wants to do, but you don't have a choice. But if you have a mixer, fam, big ups to you. Just use that. But if you don't, like me, you don't have a choice. Welcome. So I just mashed that up, and then I remember that I didn't put my milk. I put 2 tablespoons of milk, and then you want to just add water as you go. Sometimes I use liquid milk, but I didn't have liquid milk today, so that would have added as the water base. But here you don't want to put too much water, as like I said, you don't want to put too much water. You want it to be moist, not too dry, and not wet. So you can see the consistency that I'm mixing that to. Let me quickly say this: if you had too much water to this, you can rectify that with some flour. Like if you had too much water, add flour to it. See, you have to clean your slab. Make sure, yeah, I clean my slab. I cannot even tell you how many times I clean that. You take out your chopping board, put some flour in there, and still roll your dough. Roll, and knead your dough as much as possible. You know when to stop, so you keep on doing. And meat pie requires so much energy, you guys. So you cannot just do it halfway and expect it to turn out well. So you had to work it, like work. Yeah. So once that is done to your satisfaction, you take out a clear bowl. You can use a regular bowl. And I think I put a spray of cooking oil in that bowl just to make sure it doesn't stick. And then you cover it, and then you set that in the fridge for like 30 minutes for 45 minutes, depends on you. Fam, next thing on our agenda is cutting. I like to use regular plastic bowl or this ceramic bowl that you see. And this meat pie cutter, I bought this on Amazon and it was terribly small, so I did not like it. And I was using my bowls, and my meat pies come out perfectly the way I like it. If you want to get meat pie cutters, then that's fine for you. Anything works, you go for it. I only use the ceramic bowls when I do not have so much to make or I do not have time. And I usually use the plastic bowls most because, like I said, they're very easy, small, and straight to the point. So next thing for me is to spray my baking pan with canola oil. You can use a parchment paper, and you can also use butter. Yes, you can use butter. This is out after 45 minutes. I went to sit down, rest my leg, and then I came back. So this is done. You want to put your some flour on your cutting board and your rolling pin. You need a rolling pin. I used to use a glass bottle before, but God sent God sent a rolling pin my way. So you want to cut that out in bits, roll it like so, and make sure you roll it flat. But you don't want it to be too flat, you guys. If it's too flat, you're not going to get the size that you want, and it's going to be breaking or cutting. So you want to roll it not too thick, not too small, and then you just use your meat pie cutter, press that out. This is so easy, but as I said, this is so small, so you just want to roll it out a little bit. I mean, that's for me though. Roll it out a little bit, take out your fillings, and then just fold it like so, and then make sure that your hands are clean, and then just press that down. Use a fork to press it some more, and then you're done. So I just did that for a couple of them. I do not want, for the sake of this video not being too long, I did not show too much. So I think I just did 2 each. I mean 2 for the meat pie cutter. You can see how small the meat pie cutter is. It is so small. So yeah, I just used that. I also found out that if you wet your hand a little bit, just a tiny bit, it makes the meat pie seal up faster. Some people like to use eggs, but I feel like eggs is just going to waste too much time. You can use water. Water is so easy. And then put it in your baking tray. Super easy. So you do that until you get done. This usually, most times I get like 20 sizes of meat pies. And I think for this one I got like 22, which is pretty good. So now I'm going to be showing you guys how to make 2 cuts on one dough, because doing one at a time is going to waste so much time and then you're never going to finish. So you want to take a regular dough size. You want to make it more than the usual. So you roll, roll, roll. Remember, rolling does not mean it's going to be bigger. The quantity of your dough makes it bigger, not rolling. So you want to do that, and then set your plastic bowl on it. Make sure you don't press too hard, and then you just use the knife to cut out the shape, like so. And we are done. Two meat pies in one. How lovely. So the next thing is to cut out with the ceramic bowl. The same thing. Roll very well. Make sure you put flour on your board before rolling, and then place your bowl. Make sure to not press, and then cut out with a knife, and then put as much filling as possible. Here you don't want to put too much filling, because if it's too much, you're not going to be able to fold it. So you want to put your filling like so, and then wet your hands a little bit, and then just close it. So I'm so sorry the camera was a little bit far. I didn't notice. So you cut that like so again, and then you take out the excess, put your fillings inside, and then you just close it. Easy peasy. It's the same trick as the previous one. So you just lock it with a knife, and that's it. So you get to a part where the bowl can no longer get a full circle, and I just like to cut this out in a triangular form, and then you just put your filling by the side. Cut in a triangular form, put your fillings, and then wet your hands a little bit as usual, and then just lock it with the easy peasy. Do the same. You want to make sure that you have nothing left. That's the goal. So I just like this one looks like sausage. Yes, this one looks like sausage. You cut into a nice shape that you like. Seal with the fork as usual, and we're done. Voila. So this is the final look. I have them in 3 baking trays. You can see this is the smallest one. This one is from the meat pie cutter. Nobody's going to eat that except for tasting. So that's why I don't like to use the meat pie cutters. But this is everything you can see from the meat pie cutter. Like I said, this bowl pretty much did almost all of that. Yes, all those lines is done from this bowl, that plastic bowl. And then for this ceramic bowl, so I cut out 2 meat pies from the ceramic bowl. These 2, you can see that they're pretty large and they're bigger than the other ones. And these are the square ones that look like sausages. And that's pretty much it. So next thing I'm going to do is to egg wash. Yes, brush with egg wash. You can use fork if you do not have egg wash, and I've actually used my fingers before and they worked out pretty nice. So use what you have. If you do not have a brush, use fork or use your fingers. It might be nasty, but it's going to get the work done. So the purpose of doing the egg wash is to make sure that the skin of the meat pies brown up pretty nicely, and they don't like get burnt on the way. So that's pretty much done, and we're just going to set that in the oven. Yay, my favorite part. So I actually preset the oven to 170 degrees for like 10-15 minutes while I was doing this. So now that this is ready, I'm just going to set it for 30 minutes at 360 degrees. So this is the outcome of my meat pie. The eggs make it look brown at the bottom, but I can bet that the bottom is pretty okay. You see, and can you see that it's very tiny? I try not to take it out until it's cold so it doesn't break. So that's how to make meat pie, you guys. Really easy. I mean, it takes a while, honestly. I'm not going to lie, but if you get it, you really love it. And most times I just make this, put it in the fridge, and like for a week or 2 we're still munching on it, because you can just take one of them and then have it with tea as breakfast and you're good to go. So This is super easy. Let me know if you make something like this anytime soon. Do tag me. Leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know if you're gonna try it, if you like it. Sometimes you might want to just dip in a knife and pull it out. You can see that it's not sticky and there's no mess in between. If there's any mess, then it means that it's not done. But I already set my timer for 30 minutes, and 30 minutes is good for 360 degrees. So can you see? Thanks for watching, you guys. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comment section and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Do share and subscribe. Thank you. Bye. See you in the next one.